up, y'all? I said, what's up, y'all? Look at me when I'm talking to you, bro. Nah, I'm just messing with y'all, man. This is your boy Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and we in here. So check this out, y'all. Before we get going on our video today, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, share the video, turn on your notifications, and please go follow me on Twitter at KO Boxing 86 TV. Also, if you have a breakdown or prediction you want me to do on our weekly prediction show, please reach out to me on my email, knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com is the email address. And don't forget about our live shows every Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, every Friday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, and every Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. But let's get to the video. So, Devin Haney and George Kambosos going back and forth. Bob Arum trying to throw Loma in the mix. Let's break it all down. Check this out, man. So Devin Haney says, yo, at George Kambosos, we making this fight happen or what? I'm agreeing to all your terms, whether it's the vaccine or the travel. It's starting to look like some ducking going on. George Kambosos responds. He says, I love how you manipulate a lot of your fans. Talk a big game, but show no action. A bit like your fights, with a yawn emoji. I'm patiently waiting with all my belts for the offer from your boss, Mr. Eddie Hearn, because I got a stadium ready in Australia, but I can see the excuses already. Devin Haney says, so you want our side to put the money up in your backyard? Question mark. Okay, no problem. See you soon, and keep those belts safe because they'll be leaving Australia soon. And then Bob Arum says, look, we still optimistic we can make the fight with Lomachencko and George Kambosos. He says he feels like he can get great money together for that fight, and he feels like he wants the fight to happen in Sydney, Australia, so he's willing to let Loma go to Australia. So here's what we got, y'all. The Devin Haney Kambosos side of things. Let me say this. Yes, Devin, you got to put up the money, bro. You got to get Eddie Hearn to put up the money. At this point, this going to come down to Eddie Hearn and Bob Arum. And whoever fighter don't get the fight, they need to be looking directly at their promoter. So if you Lomachenko, you've come out, Bob Arum says you really want this fight with Kambosos. If Bob Arum don't get you that fight, Eddie Hearn outdid him, bro. He outdid him, right? If you Devin Haney, you clearly want this fight. You willing to get vaccinated. You willing to go to Australia. You willing to do all of that shit. If you don't get the fight, you got to look at Eddie Hearn. People will say to me, well, knockout, bro. How much do you blame George Kambosos? Is he ducking Devin Haney if he fights Lomachenko? Here's what I believe, and I hold firm to this. I believe either one of those guys beats George Kambosos. And I believe in his heart of hearts, he's confident as shit. He gonna go to win, you know what I'm saying? But in his heart of hearts, he knows that both of these fights are tough fights for him. So as a fighter, when you know you're going into a tough fight, who gonna pay me the most money? Because both of them are willing to come to Australia. And both of them would have the TV rights for the deal, because Kambosos' promoter, his manager Peter Khan, they don't have all that shit going for him, bro. They don't. And so the TV money gonna come from here in America. And you got ESPN and you got DAZN. So of course Devin Haney's side, of course Lomachenko's side, they gonna be the one getting the money together for the purses. They gonna be the ones making the offer. And so for Kambosos, I'm telling y'all, it's gonna come down to the money, bro. It's gonna come down to the money. Now, the fan in me that want him to just be a warrior and clear up this undisputed shit, I stand firm. I want the Devin Haney fight. I want him to fight Devin Haney, and then I want the winner to take that franchise belt and chunk that shit out the window over there, bro. Chunk it that way. You feel me? But if Eddie Hearn don't offer as much money as Bob Arum, and Bob Arum and them take the fight from him, I'm not calling Kambosos a duck. The only way to me, I can call him a duck is if Devin Haney and them clearly offer him more money than what he would get to fight Lomachenko, and he still take the Lomachenko fight. Then I'd be like, bro, you ducking. Like, that shit ain't right. That ain't cool. But this is on Eddie Hearn, y'all. He talked very positively about Devin Haney. He promotes the hell out of him. He got to make this fight happen. It's on him to make this fight happen. The back and forth between Haney and George Kambosos, pop y'all shit, man. It give me something to talk about. It give me something to talk about, and it's great content. But in my opinion, the best fight for the lightweight division is Kambosos versus Haney. Because it clears up all this confusion that we have, and then it's an argument that we ain't got to have no more. You know, in this article alone, I just read, I didn't read that part of it, but when I was reading the whole article, when they were talking about Kambosos and Lomachenko, they still, you know, you got certain writers and certain fans, they still calling Kambosos undisputed and shit. Fighting Devin Haney clears up all of that, and we ain't got to even have that discussion no more. Win, lose, or draw for whichever fighter. That's the first thing. That's the first thing. That's the first reason why I want it. And secondly, I just want undisputed altogether. Like, I view Devin Haney as a WBC champion. I want one fighter in that division to hold all the belts, and Devin Haney and Kambosos gets us to that. But what we can't do is ignore that this is prize fighting. What we can't do is ignore that this is business. So far, Lomachenko's side and Devin Haney's side have said, man, we'll go to Australia. We'll make the fight in Sydney or whatever stadium you want to make it in. And again, that's not an unreasonable demand. Kambosos has all them belts. Okay? He beat the man who beat the man, as they say. So the fight can be in Australia. You got both sides agreeing to that shit. Both fighters who really going after this fight publicly, who really seem like they are the last two finalists, because Gervonta Davis got some other shit going on. I don't even think they even considered even really trying to get Tank Davis to fight. So it's come down to Haney and Loma, and it's gonna be it's basically a purse bid, bro. Those belts are basically for sale, in my opinion. And so I'm not blaming the fighters in this. Whoever don't get this fight, whoever got to do something else, whoever Kambosos does decide to fight, this is on the promoters to do their job. This is a meritocracy at its finest. This is competition at its finest when it comes to the business of boxing. And the person that comes with the best offer from a money perspective, that's who gonna get this fight, y'all. That's who gonna get this fight. As boxing fans, we can hoop and holler, you know. We can scream and yell at the top of our lungs that, hey, this is the fight we want. This is the fight that's best for the division. This is the fight that we feel like will sell the most because this fighter is more popular, or this fighter, you know, has this going on or has that going on. We could do that all we want to. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to which promoter do their job better between Eddie Hearn and Bob Arum. That's what it's going to come down to. Who can make the better offer? Who's willing to make George Kambosos an offer that he can't refuse? And for George Kambosos, of course, like you gave your word that you wanted to fight Devin Haney. You gave your word that you wanted to fight Devin Haney, but now you're doing some negotiating. Now you want to negotiate these two parties up against each other. Are we to be mad at that as boxing fans? If you were in his position, what would you do? If you were George Kambosos and you got ESPN and Top Rank who got a fighter that they want to make a fight with you, and you got DAZN and Matchroom and Eddie Hearn, and they want to make a fight with you with their fighter, it'd be dumb for you from a business perspective not to see who make the better offer. Because when you get in that ring, y'all, like, you ain't promised tomorrow and shit. Like, people die in boxing. People get hurt. Careers get ended in boxing. So it'd be stupid for him and his team not to see what the better deal is. At this point, it's just on Bob Arum or it's on Eddie Hearn to just give him the better deal. See who can really get shit cracking with him and get him to sign on that dotted line. But for Devin Haney's part, look, man, he doing everything he need to do. He talking this shit on Twitter. He trying to sell the fight. He saying, no problem, we can do that. He getting COVID shots and shit. He doing everything he can do. So what I don't want to have happen is this. For you biased boxing fans, right? That like to shit on Devin Haney. And I ain't no huge Devin Haney fan. I'm a fan of him, but he ain't my favorite fighter. But what I'm saying is, you see this young man going after the smoke. you see this young man trying to behave like a champion. So if he's forced to fight a Jorge Linares, if he's forced to fight a Isaac Pitbull Cruz, if he's forced to fight one of these fighters like that because Kambosos goes with Loma, I don't want to hear shit about he ain't fought nobody, bro. That narrative need to go away. The only time that narrative should stick is when you know a fighter is not pursuing the best fights. But when you got a fighter pursuing the best fights, but dudes just don't want to fight them, you can't use that narrative, bro. That shit lame. That's disingenuous. You're using that narrative without the context. Provide the context. Yeah, this fighter ain't fought nobody, but he trying to fight everybody and they don't want to fight him. For whatever reason, whether they got a better offer, whether they ducking, whatever it is, he trying to make the fights, they don't want to fight him. So be sure to include that shit when you over here on this side talking about he ain't fought nobody. Include the fact that he trying to make every single big fight he can make. Include that shit. But that's all I got. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Comment down below. Smash the like. Subscribe to the channel. Share the video. Turn on your notifications. Follow me on Twitter at KOBoxing86TV. If you have a breakdown or prediction you want me to do, knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com is the email address. Also, check out our live shows every Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Every Friday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. And every single Sunday morning with the Singing OG KQKC Boxing Network. Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. But I appreciate y'all watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. And with that, we out of here. Peace, y'all.